Good morning, welcome to Planet Mojo. It is now, what is it? It's almost 4 o'clock and Natalie and I have been working on what amounts to a grade beam foundation for her barn slash tiny home. We've been working on it all day and we'll go up there and take a look at what we got done. Yeah, I had absolutely no time to record this morning. The truck broke down last night. I'll show you some video of that as well. Natalie and I went to get all this lumber. The truck was completely full of lumber last night. We went through the drive-through at McDonald's, and right in the middle of the drive-through, the truck just stopped. It stopped working. And we were stuck there. We got it towed back here. All right, Natalie, we're gonna have to snap to action here. We unloaded the lumber this morning and have been working on this all day. We're trying to get everything done that requires concrete. We need concrete in these 6 holes. We need concrete for a gate over there, 2 holes over there. And finally, we need a pad for the propane tank and a floor in the wood shop, but that can be considered separate. That's indoors, kind of. So what we did today is basically what Natalie's doing right now. She's actually done. Once we have all of this stuff assembled, this is a bunch of different pieces. We have this assembled so that none of the joints match up from side to side, and we have these posts going down into a hole. I've done it this way before. It's just awesome. We'll fill this with concrete later. We have one more layer to go on here, and we'll have one more layer to go on that, but it gets so heavy that you can't even move these if you add the layers. So we got to get these draped down into the hole, then add the last layer, and then we'll get, this one is dead level right now. Looks level from here, but if you go over that way, let's try that once. It doesn't really look that level. It looks like it's going uphill, but it's not. I used a 7-foot level on it and it's dead level. So what we have to do is pull this, drop this into the hole, and then we're going to level across from that one to this one, shim this whatever we need to get this one level, and then we got to get the space correct. I'll put in some spacers at some point, but I don't think we're going to do that right now. Get this one level to this one, and then we have to add the last layer, which is those pieces there, over here, and on the side of the barn here. We are really not really close to being done, but we are a long ways along. Yeah, it took a long time to get the lumber cut. A lot of this stuff is really long and it's wet treated wood, so it's very heavy. We've only been working on this part for what, about 2 hours now or 3 hours?
We got done with this part, like that part, but at this stage right before I went to lunch at noon, and then I came back at around 12:40 and we finished that and got that in, and now we're to 4 and this is at the dropping in.
Yeah. So I think we're gonna go grab your mom again. It took all 3 of us to get that one in. We actually had to lift that one back out because the holes weren't quite deep enough. We hit rocks on this hole and that hole, so we had to lift it out, put it on a horse, and trim the bottoms off of those. But this one should just go right in. It'll drop down right to the ground, and then we'll get both of the ends level with this one, and that should do it. All right, we'll come back as soon as we get this one in the ground, and then we got to add the rest of the wood to it. And that will probably do it for this stuff today. I have to get the forms done for that tank as well today, so got a lot to do today. All right, let's get your mom and get this put in the hole. Okay.
What, this side? Over here?
Yeah.
It seems lighter.
It's not. All set?
Yep.
This one may go all the way to the ground. Okay, we got this down into the hole. There's a slight problem with the holes. The holes are off. This one is off this way. Well, actually, this one would be correct if we could move this all the way over here, but then this one would be off, and this one right here would be, I mean, it would be into the dirt. This hole should be right here. So we have to go with the way this is, and it's not going to matter at all. This is just a grade beam. All we want is for these to be parallel, and we're going to do that a little bit later. Right now, we just got to get the layer on the fronts of these, and that'll probably be it for today. We got a lot of cleanup to do. It's already getting late, and I got to get that form done on that concrete over there. So we got a lot to do today. So we're going to get this last layer on and get this area cleaned up and then call it a day. It's now the next day. We had a real hard time filming yesterday, and it's going to be really hard again today. What we're doing now is getting the spacing correct, getting the beams the exact same space across from each other. They're supposed to be, ooh, that's a heavy ball. They're supposed to be 8 feet, but the holes were drilled in the wrong spot, so we may have to adjust that. All we're going to do here is flush these boards up with this side and then measure across and get them all to the exact same spacing. It's not super important what the spacing is. I had it at 8 feet. The barn is 10 feet wide. That would leave a 1 foot overhang, but it doesn't matter if it's 94 inches or anything around there. Okay, let's get one of these boards. So what we're gonna do is get a board square. Oh, that's almost there. Shoot a screw in, get it square, and then we'll get a spacing and shoot a screw in on the other end, and do that in a couple places. We don't want to mess with this board. This one is what we're indexing off of, but we do want to get it straight. Well, as straight as possible. Doesn't have to be 100% straight. Okay, let's get this done. Okay, we finished up Natalie's stuff. I had some extra concrete anchors laying around, but these are way too short. This is 1/2 inch thick, and I need to go a good inch into the concrete before these are gonna start biting. So I'm gonna need 2-inch anchors right around there. So we have to run to town. I can just like brace this up against there, but that's just going to be a major pain in the butt when we're pouring concrete if this slips down or anything. I want to get at least 3 anchors in each piece, and then we can use that as a screed as well to screed this concrete. It has a slight pitch going this way, and I have a nice chalk line the entire way to get it to. So we're going to run to town really quick. Don't have time for it, but we'll just call this lunch, grab a bite to eat in town, and get back here and get to work. All right, and this is done as well. These are an even space the entire length, which is 94 inches. I originally had this at 8 feet, but 94 inches is actually going to work out better. So this is just until the concrete's poured. Then these will come back off. I'm going to sand the tops nice and smooth. Then we're going to lift that barn up and drag it onto here. Okay, this video was started 5 days ago, and we forgot to do an ending to it. It actually took 3 days to do the video. I ran to town and got them longer anchors and got the expansion joint along the back there. We had the electric company come and mark this electric. That's why I didn't put any stakes right there. Now I could put this stake in right where I wanted to and get this poured if it ever stops raining. It's been raining the last 2 days. And as you can see, this is pretty much still the same as it was. Wanted to check these holes and make sure that they're not full of water, and they're not. Good, good, good. One good thing about the rain is the oats are starting to sprout. Hopefully that'll keep this from washing away. I've been really worried about that. Okay, that's going to wrap this video up. We'll be pouring concrete here very soon as things dry out a little bit. And the columns for the woodshop build have already started going up, but I'll show you that in a different video. So if you want to see that, make sure you subscribe and click on the update icon. If you have any questions or comments, make sure you put them in the comment section below. And if you share the video and or give it a like, it helps the channel out greatly. Thanks for watching and have a great day.